first and main question I always ask about the ships reviewed on highball haulers is, will it haul? The Hercules Starlifter by Crusader Industries gets an emphatic yes. Not only will it haul almost 50 SCU more than a Caterpillar, that's the equivalent of a Cutlass Black of extra capacity. The Hercules is built specifically to haul ground vehicles. I don't know about you, but I had been wondering how I was going to get my Nova Tonk where I needed it. Now I know. If I can't fit my Nova Tonk, Ursa, and all 5 of my Cyclones in the Hercules with room for a few cycles, I'll be disappointed. CIG has stated that the Nova Tonk will be the largest ground vehicle in the game, and the Hercules Starlifter can haul up to 2. As this is a review for cargo haulers, we're going to start with the A2 variant, which has the least amount of cargo capacity, and work our way back. None of these ships is meant to be lone wolfed. You're going to need a crew to properly operate any of these ships. The A2 gunship bomber variant trades cargo capacity for bombing ability, and a whole lot of guns. Capable of transporting and deploying up to 4 Moab-type bombs, or several hundred smaller bombs, this is the variant you want if you are part of a military organization. The A2 has the capacity to load all those bombs and a Nova Tonk. Its main function is ground suppression. A group of these beasts would first bomb a target, trying to take out aerial defenses. They could then land a short distance away, unloading their 1 Tonk for a ground assault. Finally, lifting again to take on the role of aerial support for ground forces. With only 324 SCU of cargo, this is not a good ship for hauling non-military cargo. The M2 military transport has 468 SCU of cargo capacity, which can be used to haul either 2 Tonks or plenty of infantry and their ground vehicles. While the M2 has fewer turrets than the A2, it does sport a chin turret operated by the pilot. Heavily armored, like the A2, this ship is designed as a dropship. Combat troops, vehicles, and supplies are what this ship is best at hauling. If I were mounting an operation, I'd use the M2s to carry the Tonks and the A2s for the Cyclones, Ursas, and their crews. That would give plenty of armor for the smaller vehicles to use as cover, while the Tonks softened up any defenses left after the bombing. The C2 is the civilian variant. I put the word civilian in quotes. This is still a military-grade craft. It just has more cargo capacity. With its 624 SCU, it can carry 2 Tonks, a couple of Cyclones, and or an Ursa. The C2 is the most lightly armed variant, but still packs an armored punch. The lore that was released with the presale talks about the C2 running relief missions in and around combat zones. The Hercules is the length of a Starfarer and 50% wider, but it can carry more cargo than a Caterpillar. With its standard upfront flight deck, it should be easier to maneuver and land than a Cap. The M2 and C2 both come with ramps fore and aft for easier loading and unloading. This means vehicles can drive in, then out, or cargo can be loaded and unloaded from both ends. This should make for quicker turnaround times, which is a plus if you're under fire. Even as a civilian cargo ship, the Hercules should excel as a heavy lift transport. At this time, it has the largest cargo capacity of any ship that can make planetfall while loaded. None of these ships are designed for comfort. CIG hasn't even said if there are beds, though I suspect there will be for the crew. We may find that the Caterpillar has better amenities than the Hercules. If that's true, it may be in hangar except when used for specific runs where you need a lot of cargo moved quickly from pad to pad. We should know more after the Q&A comes out. For regular cargo runs between 2 points, where the crew can find lodging off-ship, the Starlifter will do fine. But from what we know now, this isn't a ship a regular crew will find comfortable to live on. This means that if you are a small group working your way up the ship lines, you may want to avoid this ship unless you plan to support a military org. For larger organizations, 1 or more of these ships can find places in your logistical fleet very easily. The other main use I can see for the Hercules is as a racer ferry. CIG said that it will fit an Aurora, so I don't see why a Razor or M50 wouldn't fit, with room enough for extra parts and equipment. In the real world, semi-trucks haul every type of race car, along with all the extra parts they need. I see no reason why a ship designed to haul Tonks can't haul ships between races. Overall, the Hercules is designed to do one thing, but it does that one thing exceedingly well. Be sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Until next time, this is Greyheart for the Nassau Trading Company, hoping your hold is full and your forward scanners are empty.